What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Masters Fantasy Podcast, brought to you by MastersFantasyFootballLeagues.com. My name's Jonathan, a.k.a. The Commish. Joining me today, as always, we got the Doc. Returning to the show, Dynasty Owl. Good to have you back, my man.
Let's go.
It's doing great. You know me, love to talk rookies and always fantasy football. So good to be back.
Just one thing I wanted to pass along before we jump into it. MastersFantasyFootballLeagues.com, 700 Dynasty Leagues. We've never folded a single one. Take a look in the description. Got a link to the Dynasty Orphanage. New teams get posted every day. Half price is the previous owners paid your deposit. Definitely a good way to jump in and get your feet wet. Not what we're here to talk about, though. It's Dynasty Rookie Spotlight time. All right, guys, next guy on the list here, we got Alabama wide receiver Jameson Williams, 1.12 to the Detroit Lions. 6'2", 189 pounds, 21 years old. Last season at Alabama, 79 catches, 1,572 yards, 15 touchdowns. Your guys thought Jameson Williams as a dynasty prospect?
Kick it over the Doc. Start us off.
I hate to bring up Henry Ruggs, but he does remind me of Henry Ruggs in a lot of ways. Just a truly elite, deep threat. I think he'll be that from the very start, at the very least, an elite deep threat. And then he's just got that speed that you just can't teach. It's elite. He probably would have run as fast as he said he did. I think he said he was going to run the fastest 40 ever at the combine, right?
Yeah.
I think he has as good a shot as anyone to do that. I mean, he is that fast. But he also runs some pretty crispy routes. Mm-hmm. I mean, I think he's just like the total package, which I kind of thought the same about Henry Ruggs. It'll be interesting to see how Detroit uses them, though, because I feel like that's always the issue with these guys is that they're not used as like, a guy that gets a ton of targets. They're used for one thing, and that's just their speed, long speed. So he has all of that speed, and he has the other tools too, but we'll see if they actually use all of them.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, obviously I agree with a lot of the Doc's analysis. As always, so Ruggs was one of the names that came to my mind. Another guy that comes to my mind that he reminds me of more so because from a height standpoint and just body size and skill set. Mm-hmm. And this might come off as a negative, but I don't mean it as one because I think a couple of years ago it would have sounded like real positive. And that's DJ Shark. And ironically, Shark's on a 1-year rental in Detroit too. So I don't know. Well, obviously, I mean, he's recovering from an ACL surgery anyways, but like maybe even what we see from Shark early on is kind of what then is going to be Jameson Williams' role. But that's really not a huge deal. But yeah, reminds me a little bit of Shark just because taller, skinnier, but got that next level speed and also a pretty good receiver as well. And, there was a minute where Shark really looked like he could be a dynasty wide receiver one, but that quickly kind of slid away.
Yeah, and I was actually just a little excited for Shark this season, maybe to see what he could do. And I still am a little bit. I think this kind of put a damper on it a little bit.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the landing spot here. Drafted by the Detroit Lions. First couple of years in the league. What are you guys expecting out of Jameson Williams?
I think it's going to be, I think it's going to look similar to like Ruggs' first, couple of years. There's going to be games where he hits hard, has like 2 long touchdowns or a few long grabs. But, I mean, again, I said this about the Jets too, but the Lions, now you look, I mean, they have Shark. They have Amon-Ra St. Brown, who had a great rookie season. They have Hawkinson. They have like DeAndre Swift. I mean, it's not that bad. I think it's actually a pretty good group of weapons, which is why I'm a little worried because I feel like they might just use Williams for his speed and speed alone. But, I mean, I don't think it's going to be any consistent production from him. And you're going to have to, if you want to put him in your lineup, you're either going to get a great game or an absolutely horrible game. And then we'll see from there on what happens.
Yeah, I agree with the Doc. Obviously, I think Detroit is doing a lot of things right, even though they're still haven't been given that credit nationally yet because they haven't won the games yet. But I think, over the past couple of years, they've slowly been building a good base. I think Jameson Williams is another good piece of that. But yeah, for fantasy purposes, I don't know how comfortable I'd ever be starting him in fantasy football this upcoming season. And I hope I'm proved wrong. I hope he, is a consistent factor. But definitely out of the guys we've talked about so far, I'd be the least likely to start him in a weekly lineup, unless it's best ball. So, yeah.
Yeah, interesting. I actually thought you guys were going to be, because I had heard a ton of stuff about this guy on draft day. I mean, I'd even seen, one guy had looked at the draft class and said that out of all if you had to pick one guy that was going to be in the Hall of Fame, I don't know if you guys saw that.
Yeah.
And he actually picked Jameson. So I thought you guys might have been a little higher on him.
So one of the things I heard Chris Sims say right before the draft is Chris Sims said he hadn't talked to a single NFL scout who didn't have Jameson Williams as their wide receiver one, which I thought was kind of shocking because, there was a lot of Drake London and Garrett Wilson. So anyway, I guess what I'm getting at that is there are a lot of people who in the NFL community who thinks he is next level talent. And I'm not trying to dismiss that. I just question how consistent the production will be year one.
All right. So with that said, upcoming rookie drafts, where you guys got Jameson slotted currently?
For me, anywhere between 1.3 and 1.7.
Yeah. Yeah.
1.4 and 1.7.
I was going to say 1.4 to 1.8.
Okay, so
and I will say too, my concerns about him are strictly situational. I'm not worried. I think he is a lot better receiver than people give him. Same as Ruggs. I thought he was a lot better receiver than people gave him credit for. And it's just a matter of how Detroit will use him. I think he's got the capability to be a superstar in the league if he's used that way.
Yeah, I like that.
Right
Also,
way.
one thing with Jameson I'm keeping an eye on too is, and not to get too ahead and start looking at next year's rookie class already, but I mean, Detroit certainly could be shopping for a quarterback again next year, which would change everything. Having said that, I got a trade for you guys. You're on the clock right now, and I'm just coming up with these guys, as you go, listen to hear what you say about them. So my question to you right now, you're on the clock, Dynasty football, which wide receiver do you want? Jameson Williams, Devontae Smith.
Ooh.
Well, gosh. I mean, now
good at these today, man.
Maybe.
I want Jameson Williams.
Wow. Okay.
I think I'll take the lottery ticket. AJ Brown being there now, that hurts. That hurts.
Man, interesting. Well, as soon as we get done, I got to go out here and ship out some of my Devontae share. I'm a little shocked by that, but hey, good stuff, guys. As always, let me know if you guys agree at home on some of these too. Would love to hear that.
Tell us we're wrong.
Yeah, give me a reason to keep Devontae. Yeah. All right, guys, good stuff at all. As always, if you could hit the like and subscribe button, love for you to come be a part of the Masters family. 700 Dynasty Leagues. We've never folded a single one. Link in description, homepage to the orphanage, half price, previous owners paid your deposit. Any last words, guys?
Thanks for listening.
Thank you.